I am Brandon Novak. You might know me from such things as Jackass, Viva La Bam, Bam's Unholy Union, Where the F is Santa, Howard Stern Show, the author of a New York Times top 10 selling novel titled Dream Seller, and Radio Bam. CKY videos, Haggard, and Ming Hags. Former professional skateboarder who traded it all in for addiction. By the end of this video, hopefully you'll see that recovery is possible.
And as long as Brandon's breathing, I'm there for him 100%.
You know, he's a cute kid with a normal childhood. You can see that.
What is the first memory where you knew that Brandon was using drugs or involved in drugs?
I had no idea until Brandon was in the 7th grade, and a man came knocking on the front door with his son, who was in Brandon's class. And he said, "Your son has my son's skateboard and I want it back." I said, "What?" It seems like Brandon had sold this kid drugs. The kid didn't come through with the money, so he took the kid's skateboard. That's the first time I had any idea anything crazy was going on. But you know, I found bongs and the roach clips and the papers and then the pot and the little pink bags and the pills.
She would tell me over and over, like, you're killing me. And I was so fucking selfish.
Then I started doing everything in my power. Totally depleted my savings account, to meetings, to counselors.
So I just kind of like ran over her, because I knew I could.
I would get him out of rehab, get home, no sooner than we were home, he'd be right out on the front street making another drug deal.
I knew I could manipulate her. She was an easy scam.
Why did he get thrown out of high school?
Drugs.
I would rob from her purse. I just robbed her blind.
I was sleeping with my coat, my car keys, my pocketbook in bed with me. Back bedroom for a Christmas gift wrapped up for my grandchildren. Stole every single Christmas present out of the house.
His mother became aware that some checks were missing out of her checkbook.
And then I got a letter in the mail saying you're overdrawn by so many thousand. I said, "What?"
It was like taking fucking candy from a 2-year-old.
He does anything he wants to do, whenever he wants to do it, and there's never any consequence to it.
I wasn't worried about the consequences. My top priority was the cash for the dope.
Pat told me that, he had a drug problem, and she has 3 children, 2 are wonderful.
And my daughter, who is a lovely girl, married to a wonderful boy from a good family, all physicians.
One's a lawyer.
I have a son that's an attorney in Washington, D.C.
And she's got this bad seed.
My son's taking him into his home. My daughter's taking him into the home. He steals from them. So he went to make a deal in a very bad end of town, and he got beat up, bleeding. His face, he was busted up. He was beat up so bad. The drug dealers were calling and threatening my life on the phone. It was just Brandon and I living there. They were appearing at my house at night. He said, "Are you Novak's mother?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "We want the money." And then that's when I said, I have to change the locks.
She just changed the locks, and when I came in, she talked to me through the door. I said, "I can't do it anymore, Brandon. Like, I physically and mentally cannot do it. You're killing me." And she was crying the whole time she did it. God knows she didn't want to do it. And I knew how bad I was, but the only thing that mattered was getting another fix. And once I got a fix, everything was better again, as it's sick.
And as horrible as this sounds, every night I'd go to bed, I'd wait for the call. And I'd wait for the call, and I'd wait for the call. And so many nights I'd go to bed and I'd say, "I can't stand it anymore, let me get the call tonight."
What do you mean, the call?
That he was dead.
Like, one white little powder can ruin whole lives. Not just one, but like whole lives. It just doesn't seem right.
So I had no choice but to put him out on the streets.
My sister raised me as a kid. Yeah. Because we were constantly running from my father.
So it was better when he was away getting high or getting drunk, because therefore he didn't have a reason to do what he wanted to do to us, which was anything short of molestation.
My father's a crackhead.
All of these things that Brandon says are true. He was not a good person. He had a definitely had negative impact on Brandon's life.
He became a full-blown crack addict at this time.
Burned the house down. Please straighten your life out before I go, so that I can go gently into the good night.
What's that? What's that, dipshit? What the fuck is that?
It was really hard because Bam really believed in him, and I know Bam really wanted to do the right thing. He felt that he had gotten ripped off, with his chance to be a skater, but it was getting harder and harder to stand behind Bam's decision to help him. So, I mean, I said to Bam, you know, we can't help him anymore. You know, he needs bigger help than we can give him. So I think Bam agreed at that point.
What a phenomenon. He comes along and he's like a little kid. He was the first real little kid street skater to grab people's attention, you know, in a real way.
13 to 17 years old, he was sponsored by PAL, getting ready to go pro.
And then Brandon was an awesome skater.
We had heard all kinds of things about him being on drugs, and we couldn't believe it because he was such a great skateboarder.
By doing heroin for 8 years.
I don't want you to think going to treatment one time is going to cure the problem of addiction, because it didn't for me. I've relapsed several times, but I can tell you from my heart, today I'm clean. I can't tell you what I'm going to do tomorrow, but if I do the same thing I did today, tomorrow, I will be clean as well. And I practice that by doing it one day at a time, going to AA meetings, having a sponsor, having a network, and having a God of an understanding in my life. Despite being on TV, despite writing a New York Times top 10 selling book, despite fame, notoriety, it doesn't even come close to the peace, joy, freedom, and happiness that I feel right now. And all I can do is hope that you give it a shot. Because I give you my word, it's worth it.